Fifth graders, today's reading notes should be titled Divide, Rank, Compare. And the date, don't forget. And of course, these will be Cornell notes. Fifth grade, when you're thinking about how to understand a book better, and you're reading a book and you're like, I really want to write better about my reading, and you want to do that better, one way to do it is to divide, rank, compare. So you take a part of the text and you say, okay, what are the parts? A lot of times when I ask this, fifth graders are like, oh, I know, Miss Mehdi, it's chapters. Yes, of course, you could do chapters, but I'm talking about smaller parts. Oh, I know, paragraphs. Sure, yes, paragraphs also count, but what I'm talking about in this case are parts that matter, right? So, like this part is about one character, this part is another character, and this part is another character. So it's really like, what are the parts about? You still want to keep them paragraphy sized, right? So each one should just be a few sentences. But they want to be about different things. So once you take your text and you figure out the parts, in this case, my example is characters, the next thing you do is you rank. So after you divide, step one, divide. Oops. Step two is rank. So you're like, okay, which one is most important? First place ribbon. If I do my reading, maybe I think character B is most important. And then say why. Oh, because because and then you say, okay, second most important. Number two ribbon, let's say is character C. Ooh, it's very messy handwriting. Why? Because and then of course that means character number three, or rank number three is character A. Even though they were the first character, they're actually not as important. Why aren't they important? Oh, because Okay, so we divide, rank, and now it's time to compare. Step three is compare. There are lots of different ways to compare. You know them. You remember them from before in previous grades. You can do a T-chart where you say, okay, here's character A, here's character B, and here's how they're the same, and here's how they're different, right? You can do a mind map. So let's say we said character B is most important, so you do like character B. Oh, they're like this, they're like this, they're like this, which actually reminds me of this and this. Oh no, actually that goes back over here, and this goes here, right? So you know a T-chart, you know a mind map. And another way that you can compare characters is do the outside inside, which you should also remember from fourth grade. So inside, and what are they like inside, and what are they like on the outside? Like, what do they look like? This is called a character map. Okay, you might have another idea that you remember from another school or from another grade, or maybe you just made it up right now. That's fine. use your other idea. I love that. As long as you are comparing, because one way to think more about reading is to divide, rank, and compare. So you divide into parts, then you rank for second and third or whatever, most important, and then you compare any way you want, like a T-chart, a mind map, character map, or one of your own ideas.